Hi, I'm Nikki McNichols, and I'm a trans woman.
Hi, my name is Ricky Liff, and I'm a transsexual. There, I said it, and I'm glad.
Hi, I'm Janice Josephine Carney, and I'm a single lesbian.
Hi, my name's Jasmine Chase. I am who you perceive me to be.
I was a male, living as a male for about 50 years.
I knew that I was identified as male. I knew I had a penis, and I knew I was going to grow up to be a guy. And I wasn't thrilled about it.
I had a penis, and I was labeled male, and I was raised male.
So I've kind of been comfortable all my life being trapped in a male body, but with a female spirit.
I'm a woman. I'm a woman because I feel like a woman.
I consider myself a woman.
I'm a woman, and I have said many times I always felt I was a woman. I was born a woman.
I consider myself to be a woman.
What makes a woman?
Because I think trying to define what a woman feels like is a pretty tough question.
That's a really tough question.
Oh, gosh. I don't know how to explain.
I know that I'm a woman because I am so much happier now than I was when I was trying to do the other thing. I feel so natural.
To me, it feels more natural. It means, that I feel like, I'm myself, whatever that is. I mean, that's just a horrible thing to say. I feel like myself. I mean, who doesn't feel like themselves? I don't know that I can really answer that.
To me, naturally, and it has a lot to do with DNA, has a lot to do with estrogen or testosterone.
I mean, I'm sure that being a woman like Paris Hilton feels quite a bit different than being a woman from the Czechoslovakia ski team. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's a lot of differences between women. And I don't know that that's an answerable question.
I'm a woman because that's the way I identify. And sure, some of it's made up, taking hormones is making it up.
I define femininity as a state of mind, of a point of view.
I think in looking back on my life that masculine and femininity are mostly constructive behaviors. I think.
Femininity is nurturing. And I'm a nurturer. That's one of the ways I can tell that I'm female.
Femininity has always been considered less. Women who've had to succeed have been faced with a complicated bind. If they adopt masculine values in order to be successful, then they're considered bitches and shrews and unattractive. But if they stay feminine, then they're considered, not promotion potential. It even goes to clothes. If a woman wears a gray business suit to work, she's dressing like a man. But if this is a skirt slit up to here, then she's being a slut and she's got no brains.
The concept of high heels is another thing. Every doctor in the country has been telling women for the past 20 years, high heels are going to wreck your ankles, don't wear them. Yet so many women in this country feel that to look feminine, they just need to wear heels.
Actually, I don't feel that being a transgender woman precludes holding feminist ideals. That may sound like a contradiction to some people because obviously, why would you, if you really are a guy, why would you want, I'm not even going to explain the dichotomy there.
Super feminine transsexuals, they do hurt the feminist movement by bringing back this stereotypical of, we're nothing but toys for men and we're not too bright and we're just about how we look. As long as we're pleasing a man through the way we dress and act and look, then we're a woman. That's why women are supposed to be here.
In the past, when I've known I was having a date with a man, and you know, I knew he was going to show up, or thought he was going to show up, had a reasonable expectation of him showing up, I would get as dolled up as I possibly could, you know, because I knew that's what he expected to see.
There has been a lot of books, essays, and articles written about feminism and transsexuals. Are transsexuals helping reinforce stereotypes of femininity? I do know that there was probably the most vicious essay about this was a book, The Transsexual Empire by Janice Raymond, who herself was a gender-bending butch lesbian. So, to me, there was a bit of hypocrisy in this book. I don't see being a transsexual as reinforcing stereotypical femininity, because coming from my perspective, it's freeing myself from stereotypical masculinity. I mean, if these women want to wear nothing but cargo shorts and sweatsuits and stomp around with basketball tickets in their pockets and, you know, do all these things, that's fine. Do it. But as far as I'm concerned, I have the same right not to.
It's a good argument. You know, I can understand how a genetic female who, it's a pretty militant view, but I can sort of understand how they may feel that, you know, we're cheating because we didn't have to go through that.
See, the difference between me and a genetic female is there's a lot of experiences, you know, going through your first bra, your first period, the childbirth, no matter how uncomfortable it is. There's experiences like that I feel like I've been robbed from or cheated.
But most transsexual females feel really cheated that they never got to go through menses and they never got to get pregnant and carry a child and experience childbirth.
I could care less about sex per se.
I don't think in most cases having gender reassignment surgery is motivated by sex. I mean, there is absolutely no guarantee that when it's over that you're going to be able to have sex or you're going to enjoy it.
Your sex drive does go in the crapper. I've talked to a lot of girls who were very sexually active as males, and they're just not anymore. They just don't care. The biggest sacrifice that one gives up when transitioning from male to female isn't sexual. The biggest thing you give up is male privilege.
I never felt I really had a whole lot of male privilege to start with, because I was perceived as a pretty feminine male anyways.
Every doctor I know that does these surgeries is male. And it is an interesting question why no female doctors are doing it, at least that I know of.
The surgeon does have the final say on whether the client receives a surgery or not.
Because of the doctor's insistence that that the resulting product should be pretty and straight, that this is where the radical feminists got the notion that they're creating Stepford women.
Most of these doctors, they do, unfortunately, have this strong thing that they want to create a woman, and I think that's how they look at it. They're creating a woman, and they want to create a woman that looks like a typical cover of Cosmopolitan.
We just want to be accepted. We don't want any privileges over and above anyone else. We don't want any special rights. We're not asking for that. We're not looking for that. We just want to live our lives like anybody else does. And my message to anyone is just love, you know. Whatever you do, just love. And start with yourself.